Hi lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Elina if you're new here, and today I wanted to take you through a stretching class using a technique called PNF, Proprioceptive Neuromuscular Facilitation, which basically just means that we're going to contract and then relax. So we contract the muscle we're trying to stretch and then we relax it to stretch it. For today's class, you will need a strap. You can also use it like a long sleeve shirt or anything. It's just to be able to reach your foot in some of the stretches. So just something long, and then you may want to use 2 blocks, or if you don't have blocks, it's just for balance and support. So if you're near like a wall could work, or a couch, or if you have something like sturdy books or something. And then I always love to wear socks for my stretching sessions, because I tend to get very cold, and if I'm cold I feel like I can't quite stretch as well. Sorry for the color mismatch here. The last thing you'll need is a soft surface. So when you stretch, you want to make sure that you are comfortable. You don't want to have to worry about your knee, for example, on a hard floor, or like your heel bone on a hard floor, your back or anything. So make sure that you are super comfortable. If you haven't yet, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit subscribe. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up to help other people find it as well. Okay, we will get started on our backs. So I'm using this really nice gymnastics mat, which I will link it for you below. It's absolutely amazing. It changed the game for my stretching. Oh, and just take a moment here. You can kind of wiggle your legs around, maybe moving the knees side to side. Whatever feels nice for you here. Perhaps bring the knees to your chest. Maybe take some big circles. And the other way. All right, and then place your feet down on the floor. Really press into your heels here, and your feet are about hips distance, or they can be a little bit wider. And on an inhale, just start lifting your hips up. Take a breath here, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And then lower back down. Gonna do that quite a few more times. Up, squeeze up the top. You might feel your hamstrings and your glutes, and lower down. Just doing a little bit of activation here before we start to stretch. And in your bridges, this is called a glute bridge, try to keep your rib cage in. So it's very easy here to do this and just kind of back bend, but we don't want that. We want to nip the ribs in and then lift with our glutes and our hamstrings. So you might not go as high, and that's okay. And up and down. Good. You're going to just move here at your own pace. So we're going to get to about 20. So just keep going nice and slow here. Just getting some movement and activation into the glutes and the hamstrings. Maybe next time you come down, you don't actually touch the surface beneath you. You just come back up. Your hands can be by your side or on your hips, whatever feels more natural to you. Good. I think we have, I don't know, let's say 5 more. I lost count a long time ago. 5 and 4. Hopefully you're starting to feel your glutes turn on here. 3, 2, and this last one, we're gonna hold up here. So just hold, squeeze, see if you can come half an inch higher. And maybe half an inch higher. Good. Hopefully you're starting to feel the glutes now. We're gonna lower down, don't touch the mat, and come back up. Hold. And lower and come back up. Don't touch the mat, just barely feeling the surface there. And again, good. And really focus on pressing into your heel bones here. You can even lift your toes off the ground and see if that changes the sensation for you. And up, good. Whew. I hope you're starting to feel your glutes. Mine are starting to turn on. And up. And one more. Whew. Stay here. If you need to take a break, just lower your hips and take a moment and then come back. So from here, heel toe your left foot a little bit more to the center. Then lift your right leg up. You can keep it bent. Point the toes and lower, lift, pulse. Lower, lift, pulse. Lower, lift, pulse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Good. Lower the right leg. Same thing on the other side. Ground into the right heel bone. Lift the left leg up. Keep the knee bent. Toes are pointed. Lower, lift, pulse. Lower, lift, pulse. Lower, lift, pulse. Keep going. Nice and slow. If you need to take a break, take a break. This is just kind of our warm-up before we start to stretch. Just to make sure that we activate our glutes and our hamstrings. Just very, can be very beneficial before we start stretching our hips. All right, I think we have 2 more. Last one. Lower that left foot. And up and slowly lower down. Okay. So we are done with that. That's the hardest thing you're gonna do today. Just circle the knees. And other direction. All right, so grab your strap or your long-sleeved shirt or whatever you have on hand and just keep it nearby. Lift your left leg up, straighten the knee, and just see how this feels. And maybe you're flexible and can go all the way up or even further. Maybe your flexibility is here. Doesn't really matter. Just go to a place that feels okay. And then gently start to flex through the foot and point. Flex and point. Flex and point. Good. Keep going. And you can start at whatever level feels good for you. So you might feel this kind of pulling sensation through the calf and through your hamstring. So this is nerve flossing. If you feel it in your low back, go a little bit lower with the leg. And just nice and easy here. We're just kind of getting a little bit of movement into the ankle, getting those nerves mobilized. Let's do 2 more here. Good. And now just start circling the ankle one direction. And the other direction. Good. And shake that out a little bit. Grab your strap. So I'm gonna place the strap or whatever you have around your foot, like the ball of your foot. And you might be here or you might be here, okay? So I want you to feel a stretching sensation. It might be very uncomfortable, but it should not be painful. And just find that space for you. This right leg will keep bent for the time being. We're gonna straighten it in just a moment, but we're just gonna stay here. So find a spot here that you feel a sensation, a stretching sensation. And just relax, hold on to the strap or your shirt. If you are able, you can place your arms on the ground so you can relax a little bit. Make sure that your shoulders are not up by your ears, but just try to relax here to the best of your ability. And just breathing nice and slow. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Take 3 slow breaths here at your own pace. Just notice how this feels in your leg. Relax your jaw, relax your face. Try to relax your shoulders. And 1 more slow breath. And from here, see if you can keep the leg there. And we're just going to straighten the opposite leg. Oops. And flex the foot of that right leg as if you're standing on it. And see if that changed the stretch. Maybe you had to go a little bit out of it. That's okay. Maybe you can come a little bit deeper. Whatever feels good here. And we're going to stay here for 5 slow breaths again. So inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Keep breathing with your own rhythm for 3 more slow breaths. Just relaxing here, trying to find some sort of ease, even if it's maybe feeling very uncomfortable. Good. And when you are ready, we're going to start with the PNF cycle here. For the hamstring, we want to activate the hamstring and then stretch it. Okay, so what we're going to do is I want you to pull the leg this way, right? You want to activate through the hamstring. So you want to do this at about a 30% effort. So you can try it with me first. So just hold on to your strap and then imagine that you're trying to slam your heel into the floor, right? You feel that activation. So we're going to do that and we're going to hold it for about 5 seconds with the inhale. And then as we exhale, you're going to release and just see if you can get any deeper in the stretch. You don't have to go any deeper, but just holding the stretch. And then inhale, you're going to press again, and then exhale, relax. And then we're going to do that for a few cycles, okay? So grab your strap, make sure you're comfortable. Inhale and exhale. And we'll begin. Inhale, press. 3, 2, 1, and exhale, relax. And again, inhale, press at about 30% effort. 2, 1, and exhale, relax. Inhale, press. 3, 2, 1, and exhale, relax. And inhale, press. And exhale, release. Good. And just hold it here. See if you maybe went a little bit deeper, even if it's just like a 1/4 inch or so. Or maybe the stretch, the leg is in the same place, but the stretch feels a little bit better. That's also a huge win. And slowly release the strap, hold the leg where it is. Now, if you're down here, this is a lot of work, right? So we won't be here for long, but I want you to imagine you're gonna bring your leg towards your face. So even if you're here, do your best. You just lift from wherever you are, okay? So we're gonna do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Point the toes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Oof, release that leg. You can take both legs into your chest, roll around, do whatever you need to do to release a little bit through the hips. And we're gonna do the other leg. So starting off, both feet on the floor, knees are bent. Keep the strap nearby. And then straighten that right leg and just see where you are and how this feels. And we're gonna start with just pointing and flexing through that foot. So I like to start very low and then kind of work my way up. Just easing into this. Nice and easy. No big deal. And point and flex. Point and flex. Good. You might feel a lot of nerviness in the back of your leg. If it's too much, just lower the leg. Be honest with yourself. Okay, and then take some ankle circles. And other direction. Ooh. My ankle is getting fired up from that. And then take your strap or your long sleeve shirt or wherever you have, place it around the ball of your foot. And same as the other side, we're just gonna hold in this first stretch. Find something that feels like you feel a stretching sensation. It's not so bad that you just wanna run away from it, but you feel a stretching sensation. It's not like you could just hang out here all day, but it's not painful or too intense. So we're just getting started. So nice and easy here. And we're gonna take a few slow, nice breaths. So inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Just breathing here in your own rhythm, about 3 more slow breaths. And once you're done with your last breath, we are going to slowly extend that left leg now so it's straight. Flex the foot and see if you had to lower that right leg at all, or if it just intensified the stretch, or maybe it didn't change much for you. Now we'll take about 5 slow breaths in this position as well, and then we'll move into the PNF. Okay, so breathing in and out through the nose, nice and slow. And just trying to relax anything that's not working here. So relax your shoulders. Relax your jaw. Relax that space between your eyebrows. And if you want to bring the leg a little bit closer, go ahead, and maybe you want to move out of the stretch a little bit, whatever your body is asking for here. 1 more slow breath. And then we're going to move into that PNF. So we're going to contract. So imagine that you're trying to bring your heel to the floor, only at about 30% effort, and we'll move on the inhale. And then as you exhale, you're just releasing and relaxing, okay? And it's about 5 seconds for each. So take a big inhale and exhale to prepare. And here we go. Inhale, press. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale, relax. And inhale, press at about 30% effort. And exhale, relax. Good. And inhale, press. And exhale, relax. And just notice if your leg is coming closer, or maybe at least it's feeling a little bit better for you. And inhale, press. And exhale, release. And inhale, press. And exhale, release. Good. And one more time. Inhale, press. Feeling that hamstring activates. And exhale, relax. Good. Just breathing here, maybe finding a little bit of movement in the leg if that feels good for you. And then keep the leg where it is and just release the strap. And we'll pulse with foot flexed. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Toes pointed. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Ooh, bend the leg, maybe bend both legs. Do whatever you need to do here. Massaging the sacrum. Ooh, wiggling a little back and forth, whatever feels nice. This is where this soft surface comes in very handy. Ooh. Okay, we are switching gears. Oh, come up to just a tabletop position. Take some movement here. Just take a couple of cat-cows perhaps. Just arching the spine and then rounding the spine. Okay, so we did the hamstrings. Now we're going to work into the quads and our hip flexors. So here I like to use my blocks, but again, you can use a chair, a couch, even a wall. It's just for balance. And you're going to come into a 90-90 angle with your legs like this. And you can either use the blocks or you can just place your hands on that front thigh. And you're going to tuck your tailbone under. So you're not here, but you're tucking under. And then press into that top thigh. Chin comes towards the chest, and you should feel this in your hip flexor here on the back leg, maybe even your quads. And we're just going to take 5 nice slow breaths. So inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now 4 breaths with your own rhythm. Just nice slow inhales and exhales through the nose. And this is again where this gymnastics mat is amazing, because this can really hurt your knee if it's not padded enough. And slowly come out of that. Take your blocks or your chair, or maybe you just use the floor. We're gonna come into a low lunge position here. And you can kind of wiggle a little bit, and if you need to straighten out your knee after that stretch we just did, go ahead. Any movements you need, you can always pause the video, take a break, or do whatever you need to do. Come into this low lunge. So your front knee is over the front ankle, and your legs are hips distance apart. And you can rest your hands lightly on these blocks. Try not to completely hold on for dear life, right? Try to use your hips for that and your legs, but they're there for gentle support. You can also use a chair or even the wall here for balance. And just breathing and maybe wiggling a little back and forth, keeping the breath nice and steady. And just slow breathing, telling our nervous system that we're safe. And if this is at any point too much, you just come out of it a little bit, and then you can come back in. Okay, so from here, we're gonna do that PNF again, and this time you're going to press the pinky side, that's what you're gonna envision, the pinky side of your back foot into the mat. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do it on an inhale for about 5 seconds, and then when you exhale, you just release and relax and let everything go. So get prepared. Take a big inhale and exhale. And let's begin. Inhale, press pinky side of that back foot into the mat, and exhale, relax. And inhale, press. And exhale, relax. Inhale, press. And exhale, relax. At about 30 to 50% effort here. Inhale, press. And exhale, relax. Let's do one more cycle. Inhale, press. And exhale, relax. Good. And just wiggle a little bit here. If you need to come out, you can just take a moment and then come back in. You don't want it to be too overwhelming. It's just a nice stretchy sensation. And slowly make your way out. Whew. Maybe wiggle the hips around a little bit. And we'll do the other side. So we're gonna start with that 90-90 first, and interlace your fingers on top of that front thigh. Tuck the pelvis under. Chin comes towards the chest, and push. Imagine you're trying to push that thigh away from you, and you should feel this deep inside the front of the hip. And if you're not feeling it, you can just kind of come forward a little bit, but I am feeling a lot right here. So just staying here for 5 slow breaths. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And trying to stay focused on what you're doing right here. So checking in with your body, feeling the 10 toes, maybe feeling your ears. Notice your knees. Just really noticing different sensations in the body and just having a better connection to our body and the different body parts. Good. And you can come out of that for a bit, and then we're going to use our blocks again, or you can use your chair or even the floor if you have super open hips. And come into a low lunge. Find a comfortable position where you feel a stretch through the front of this hip. And imagine here that you're not really trying to bend in the back so much, right? You're trying to really feel this stretch in the front of the hip. So if this hurts your low back, you can come out of it a little bit and be here and really focus on tucking the hips. Or you can also just stay in this stretch that we did. So coming into your low lunge, whatever that looks like for you. And just arriving here, and then we're gonna do the PNF on this side as well. So again, we're gonna press down into the outside of our back foot, the pinky side of our back foot, for about 5 seconds on an inhale. And then we're gonna exhale and just release. And it's about a 30 to 50% effort. So it's not all out, but it's enough to get that muscle woken up. All right, here we go. Inhale, press, pinky side of that back foot into the mat. And exhale, relax. Good. And inhale, press. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, relax. And inhale, press. And exhale, relax. Inhale, press. And exhale, relax. Maybe you can go a little bit deeper, maybe not, maybe it just feels different. One more time. Inhale, press. And exhale, relax. Whew. And you can come out of it a little bit if you need to. Whew. That can be quite intense, so we don't want it to be too overwhelming. Oof, all right, and let's now come into our frog pose. So now we're gonna work on the inside of our thighs, and we're gonna do that PNF again. So for your frog pose, you definitely want support underneath your knees. If you're on a harder floor, pad them, trust me on this. And then like grab towels or t-shirts or whatever you need, unless you have a softer surface. And you're gonna come into, so frog pose looks like this. Let me show you from this side too. So your ankle is in line with the knee, and the knee is in line with the hip. So it's again that 90-90 angle. And here you might be very deep or you might be quite narrow. Wherever you are, I want you to feel a stretch. So it shouldn't be painful. It shouldn't be the sensation of, I can't breathe, I have to get out of this. It should be uncomfortable, but you can still breathe through it, okay? So I'm gonna do it this direction. So you can flex your feet or keep them pointed. I kind of like to flex mine here, but see what feels better for you. Make sure that the knee and ankle are aligned on both sides and that the hip and knees are aligned on both sides. And you can wiggle a little bit here. We're just gonna settle into the stretch first, and then we're gonna do the PNF. So the PNF here will be you're gonna try to close your knees together. And maybe this feels really good, so you lower down to your forearms, or you can stay up on your hands, whatever feels good here. Maybe wiggling a little back and forth, side to side, maybe doing some hip circles, whatever feels good. Stay here for a few more slow breaths, and then we're gonna activate. So again, the PNF here is gonna be pressing your knees into the surface as if you're trying to close your knees. All right, so take a breath to prepare. And on your next inhale, we're gonna press the knees together. 3, 2, 1, and exhale, relax, release, let it all go. Good. And inhale, press. And exhale, release. Beautiful. And inhale, press. And exhale, release. Inhale, press. Exhale, release. Inhale, press. And exhale, release. Beautiful. Just staying here for one more moment. And then you can bring the big toes together and start to make your way up. Take any wiggles. Ooh, and slowly bring the knees in. Oh, ooh, frog pose is one of those stretches that just really gets to you. Doesn't matter how many times you've done it. Okay, so come and sit on your butt now, and we're gonna work on our outer hips for a little bit. Knees are bent. You can actually keep your legs a little bit further away from you to begin. Flex your right foot and place it on top of that left knee. And now slowly bring the left foot closer to your butt, just so that you get a nice stretch in the outside of that right hip. So you might be here, you might be super close, whatever feels good in your body. And just wiggle a little side to side. And maybe coming a little closer, trying to sit tall through the spine so you're not like rounding too much, but your kind of chest is proud here. And come to stillness. And we're gonna PNF here by pushing our ankle into our knee. And you should feel that activating here in the outer hip. So nice and easy here, and keeping that foot flexed. It feels much better on the knee that way. So inhale and exhale. And let's begin. Inhale, press at about 30% effort. And exhale, relax. Inhale, press. And exhale, relax. Inhale, press. And exhale, relax. Maybe you're opening up a little bit. Maybe it just feels different. Whatever, it's all good. Maybe you need to move out of it a bit. Inhale, press. And exhale, relax. Good. Last one, inhale, press. And exhale, just release. And let it go. And you can wiggle back and forth. And just notice if it feels different than when you first took this position. Maybe you feel a little stronger, a little bit more stable in this position. Maybe you went a little bit deeper. Maybe you had to move out of it. It's all good. You're here, you're working on it. That's what matters. Whew. All right, and slide that foot out and remove that right leg. Shake it out, and we're gonna do the other side. So flex your left foot, place it on top of the right knee, and then just slowly bring that right foot in until you feel a stretch here in the outside of that left hip. If your hands and arms are starting to bother you, you can take a quick break, pause the video, go grab some water. And if you're here with me, you just start wiggling a little bit back and forth. Just getting a little bit of movement here in this position. Should feel really good. And when we PNF here again, you're going to press your ankle gently into your knee. So nothing too crazy, just about 30% effort. All right, come to stillness. Take an inhale. And exhale. And inhale, press the ankle into the knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale, relax, release. Good. And inhale, press. And exhale, release. Inhale, press. And exhale, release. We have 2 more. Inhale, press. And exhale, release. Inhale, press. And exhale, release. Beautiful. And just let it go. Try to release any tension in that hip. Maybe wiggle back and forth, whatever feels nice. And slowly come out of that and shake your legs out. Whew. All right, that is it. So we did hamstrings, hip flexors, inner thighs, and outer hips. This was an example of PNF stretching. So this is a technique that is widely used for mobility and movement enthusiasts. It's also, so I used to work at Stretch Lab, and it's also what they use there. I was a flexologist. So PNF is a really great technique, and especially if you have AS or any other kind of a joint like inflammation or issues, it's a very safe way to stretch. So we never dump into our joints, we never overstretch the muscles. We go to where we feel a stretch, then we activate and press into it and really, strengthen in that end range, and then we release. And then if you keep doing this, you will notice your body will start opening up in a very strong way, if that makes sense. So we're building strength in our end range by doing this versus just holding a passive stretch for a minute or something like that. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope your hips feel nice and juicy. I hope you feel that stability in your hips, but still that they feel open. That's what I want for you. That was the purpose with this class. So if you have any questions at all, drop them below, and I'd love to hear if PNF is something you've done before, if this was brand new to you, and yeah, I just love to hear how you liked it, how it felt for you. Again, if you're new here, please hit subscribe, and if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And I appreciate you being here and practicing your flexibility with me today. And yeah, let's stay stretchy. Thank you so much and have a beautiful day. I'll see you in the next video.